as Lene Montgomery wins the tip-off. Shania Ray takes the ball down the outside, kicks it out to Tiny Smartin on the left corner. Good early open shot for Tiny Smartin. That's a quick 2 for the Mountaineers. Possibly the last possession of the half. Passed outside to Pardee, and she is 3 for 3. Someone call the fire department. She is draining threes right now. 36 to 22.
Every time she takes that shot, she is not desperate. She is certain. She knows it's going in, especially tonight.
3 seconds left to go in the game. Shania Ray passes to Tiana Muldrow out on the wing, puts up the shot.
Wow!
Big shot from Tiana Muldrow, the forward for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Great pass, ends the half, 39 to 24. Tiny Smartin pulls up again from the outside. And let me tell you what, Isaac, Tiny Smartin is having a great game here. That is 30 points here to go with 8 rebounds and 2 assists. An excellent performance by the sophomore guard out of Atlanta. And as the final buzzer sounds here in the Coliseum, the Mountaineers were able to get in all the subs. Marlena Schmidt and Bailey Thomas also able to enter the game. Your final score from the Coliseum, 79 to 53, Hugh Country Roads.
After going through career and personal hardships, Novell found his new avenue in music through his relationship with God.
And so once he laid on my heart, to basically put my testimony in my music, once I started seeking him first, then that's when it came about with the whole transition happened. This plan is with this music is just to give hope, to the people inside the church and outside the church.
After hearing Novell perform, Solomon Salom got him in touch with a production company with the technology necessary to produce good music.
I recognize greatness when I see it, and I saw Novell's potential, and I saw Paperboy Studios' approach to get his type of music out. So that's why I contacted him.
Working with Paperboy, they let me be free, so when I go in the studio, I could say things the way I want to say it, or come out the way I didn't have to worry about, nah, that don't sound right.
During the many activities the girls did together, Kayshley was able to connect very quickly with the homecoming court.
With the girls, it's more good.
It was more good?
Yeah.
Who's one of your favorite people, one of your favorite girls from the homecoming court?
I was thinking Chloe.
I'm so honored. I love that girl. She's awesome. I think she has a really good connection with a lot of the girls on the court, and to know that she thought that I was her favorite was really cool. So we were all so just ecstatic. I remember looking at Kim and all of them and looking over, and we all just were glassy-eyed and emotional, and watching her pump her fist and run across the field. It was an incredible feeling.
Kayshley's crowning was a big moment for her mother, who was overcome with emotion.
It was very touching to me. Definitely was a big, big blessing to hear the crowd. It's just very heartwarming to me that people that don't know her love her so much,
Although many parents will continue to volunteer, they can understand why the new regulations could affect the number of parent helpers.
I think it possibly could, actually. I know for us getting our clearances, obviously there's cash, there's tons of background checks, which is important, but at the same time, if you're constantly renewing it and constantly have to front that money, it might deter some people from doing it. The clearances are important for safety, etc., but I also think it's important for parents to get in here, spend time with their kids.
To help alleviate the confusion regarding Act 153, the Pennsylvania state government has provided a helpful tool to answer any public questions.
The Department of Human Services has a great website, Keep Kids Safe. So it's www.keepkidssafe.pa.gov, and there are a number of off to the side or in the section links you go to about much of what we had talked about, who needs background checks. You click on that and there's guidance, and it gives some of the FAQs already, and it answers questions as, who needs, if I'm a volunteer, who needs the checks, how much does it cost, where do I go? All of that is on Keep Kids Safe.
So then during that playoff run, there's the famous fumble, if you will. I'm sorry to bring it up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So you have the ball on the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. You're running up the middle. Gary Brackett pops the ball out. You see a Colts defensive back running the opposite way, and Ben Roethlisberger chasing him. What was going through your mind at that time?
You seem to remember more about this than I do. It's been so long ago. No, I'm just joking. That was one of those moments that you just your whole body tenses up because you see the football in the air, and I was going back and I knew I couldn't get it, and I saw the Colts player with the ball, but I was falling back, and then I started to get up, and there was guys running, so I couldn't see how the play had finished up, but I knew that they had stopped him. The guy was on the ground, and the play was over. I later found out what Ben had done in order to stop the defender from scoring a touchdown, and it was a heroic play. It was an incredible play, and I'm forever indebted to Ben for that play.
Blows my mind, especially because you have a veteran head coach like Bob Huggins who understands what it takes to get into the tournament with a whole lot of momentum, to come out and blow games against teams that aren't very good, against Texas Tech earlier in the season, against an Oklahoma team who is a Big 12 bottom feeder this year. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I get that Kansas and Baylor are huge games, and that you're just going to have a little bit more of a spark playing those teams. I think that's just human nature to maybe get up for some of those better teams, but you got to win every week. The best teams in the country don't come out flat against unranked opponents 4 or 5 times a year. Maybe they get caught once or twice.
Yeah.
But the best teams, the best teams in the country don't get caught 4 or 5 times a year against bad teams. Bad teams aren't trap games every week. They shouldn't be, and that's what they are for West Virginia. So 2 guys are sitting on an airplane. One guy is smoking a cigarette, and the other one has a parrot on his shoulder. And the guy with the cigarette's blowing the smoke into the parrot's face. And the guy at the parrot's like, "Excuse me, sir, can you please not smoke on this airplane? It's really bothering my parrot right now." The guy's like, "Nah, forget your parrot. Like, I don't care about your parrot. I'm gonna keep smoking the cigarette." So the guy with the parrot's like, "All right, I'll cut you a deal. If you throw your cigarette out the window, I'll throw my parrot out the window." And the guy with the cigarette's like, I guess I'll do that. But the guy with the parrot thought he was being real smart, because he was like, "Well, my parrot knows where I'm flying to. So when I throw the parrot out the window, it's gonna follow the plane, and when I touch down, it's gonna be there." So the guy throws the cigarette out the window, the other guy throws his parrot out the window. Like, problem solved, right? The guy goes and he takes a nap. And he's dreaming about his parrot. He's like, "Man, I miss this parrot right now." A couple hours later, he hears a knocking on the window of the plane. It's the parrot, and guess what it's holding?
Cigarette.
Another brick from the previous joke.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna be headed out now.
This took a really long time. Joey.
Bye, Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey. And I'm Chris, and we're here at a local job site to tell you more about becoming an electrician.
So I'm going to give you 3 headlines, and I promise you, one of these headlines from the weekend is 100% true. Okay. All right? And you need to tell me which one it is. 2 zebras were running wild through West Philadelphia over the weekend. That's the first one. The second one is they have stopped serving Bosco sticks in all school lunch programs because they've been proven to cause cancer. And the last one is, over the weekend, Donald Trump laid down the first brick in the wall between Texas and Mexico. How y'all doing today, Hempfield? I'm local hallway fisherman Joey White. We going fishing for people. After over 3 decades of helping students learn and grow, Miss Webb has decided to retire from Mountville Elementary School. To everyone who's been an avid supporter of Chris and Joe's weekly YouTube show, thank you very much for your time.
To everyone who has not been an avid watcher of Chris and Joe's weekly YouTube show, start watching them now.
Start watching
them now. You know what, Joey? We went through a whole 10 episodes, and we still haven't come up with a catchphrase.
Dude, there never was a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Katrina Pardee on the other end converts on another three-point shot. She has hit 4 in the game. She is 4 for 7 from the outside. And if I'm Coach Carey, I'm excited to see Katrina Pardee hitting her open jumpers in this game. Wing isolation for Tyneese Martin. Spins, puts up a jumper off the backboard and good. And another good outside mid-range shot from Tyneese Martin. That's her bread and butter right there. Carleton back down. Alexis Brewer has the ball again up top. Drives in the middle, left-handed. Spins, puts up a fadeaway jumper. And it rolls in. That's a shooter's roll right there if I've ever seen one. That's her first points of the second half there. 24 points for Carleton. 51-37 Mountaineers are losing with 2:44 left in the game. Underneath the rim, kicks out to Emily Durr without thinking. No conscience three in the face of Alexis Brewer. And another great shot, her second three-pointer of the half. Emily Durr is feeling it right now. Rebounded by Lene Montgomery, taken away by Bridget Carleton, and that's just a classic example of the Iowa State Cyclones wanting it more than the Mountaineers do today. A camber for the Iowa State Cyclones, dribbles out the last seconds on the clock. The buzzer sounds, and that is it from the WVU Coliseum. The final score being 80-55, a 25-point loss for the West Virginia Mountaineers.